Good day, fellow hunters. This is Jared Lantern coming to you with another installment, I guess you could call it, of my Haunt with What You've Got series. If you haven't seen, I've only done one before, but if you didn't see the last video, basically it's just a series showing you what I'm doing with stuff that I just have around the house, trying very little to buy anything, and if I do buy anything, it's usually pretty cheap. But anyway, today I've never done this before, so I don't have anything to show, like a completed project or anything. As I'm doing it, it's the first time that I'm trying it myself, so hopefully it works out. And if it doesn't, then you'll probably never see this video. But I'm going to be trying to make an evil pumpkin scarecrow for outside. This will be an outdoor prop. It'll be obviously a static prop, and it will be in the kind of like the waiting line area. So let's look at what I'll be using and let's get started. The first thing I'll be using is some 3/4 inch PVC. I have, right now you can see I already kind of worked on the armature, but this is basically made up of PVC pipe itself and also a 4-way joint. And then down here I have just like an extender pole with a coupler joint in case I want to make it taller. As it is right now, it's about 6 feet tall. But if I want to make it super tall, and if it's not too top heavy, I'd like to make it even taller just to make it seem a little more intimidating, especially to younger visitors. So there is the PVC. Next, I'm just going to be using a plastic light-up jack-o'-lantern. I got this from somebody a long time ago, but I think these are currently available through, I think Party City or Halloween City. And if this looks at all familiar, this is actually the same exact pumpkin that's in my YouTube profile picture. This is just an old ratty little straw hat that I picked up at a flea market just yesterday for $1. So this would be one thing that I did purchase, but again, it was only $1. And that's obviously going to go on the pumpkin's head. And this is just some sort of decorative piece. I have no idea who would use this and how they would use this for decorating, but it's basically just like this really bristly, hard straw that I found at a thrift store a long time ago. Didn't know exactly what I'd do with it, but I thought I'd pick it up. And these are going to be for his arms. Next, this is just a bag of clothes. I'm going to use some old clothes that we were going to be donating, which you probably still will once I'm done with this. This is basically just going to fill out the top half of the body, around the shoulders and the chest area. And then that's going to be put into a large black trash bag, and this will kind of like fill out the body. And to cover it, just one more purchased item. This was in my 99-cent only haul video. Just some creepy cloth. I have gray and black. I'm not sure if I'm going to use both of them or if I'm going to use one. But there is creepy cloth. And finally, by the way of tools, I'm going to be using, of course, PVC cutters and duct tape. So let's go ahead and get started on the build. Now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to cut an angle at the bottom of the PVC pipe so it'll easily go into the ground. I do plan on covering the white PVC pipe with an actual like 1x3 of wood or something to give the effect that it's on like a wooden stake. But just building this on wood would just be a little too expensive. PVC pipe is definitely cheaper, but to give it just the illusion that it's on wood, I'm going to put wood in front of it. So let's go ahead and cut that angle piece at the bottom of... Now, if you've never used PVC cutters before, it's a really simple tool. You can get it for like 20-25 bucks at Home Depot. If you use a lot of PVC a lot with prop building, it's almost a must-have. It's a lot more efficient than just using a saw. But I'm just going to take this, angle it like so over the bottom of the PVC. What you do is you kind of just basically use it like scissors. You basically keep pumping it until it goes through the PVC pipe, and then it usually takes about 3 or 4, and there it goes. So now, as you can see, I have an angle at the bottom of the PVC, so it'll be much more easier to go directly into the ground. I was recently asked a question by somebody from another, I think it was a prop build maybe. Someone had asked if I use glue or what I use to keep the PVC together. I don't use the PVC glue, just really kind of shoving the PVC into the joints securely and even giving it like a little twist. It holds it pretty securely. There are times I will use the glue, and I do have some, but I just don't think it's necessary. Especially for a smaller prop like this, I don't think it's necessary. Anyway, like I said, I already have the armature made. The next step is I'm going to take some of the clothing and I'm going to use the duct tape to wrap the clothing around the shoulder area, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. So there it is, you guys, the clothing that I put on around the shoulders and the arms to kind of bulk it out a little bit more. You can see I just kind of crudely duct taped it around the sides there and the bottom. At the top of the video I said that I would probably still be donating these shirts to Goodwill, but I actually did put a hole on some of the shirts at the top of the neck PVC area, so I apologize. No, I will not be donating these shirts because they're effectively ruined. But anyway, I did use, I think, 4 shirts, and that'll give it just enough bulk around the shoulder area. So the next step is I'm going to cover the shirts with the black plastic bag. Okay, so there it is. Totally unplanned, actually. The plastic bag was exactly the same width as the arms, the armature. So all I did was simply just put the bag over the top. So basically the bag is upside down. Oops, the bag is upside down. In fact, you can see like the little pull strings there at the bottom. And so that's all I had to do. So now the clothing that was underneath is now hidden. I just followed the same strategy of just placing a hole at the top for the neck, and then of course a hole on either side for the arms. And the next step is we're going to go ahead and apply the head. Now, one thing I did prepare before I did this was I just attached about 2 inches of the PVC at the bottom of the pumpkin. I was going to drill a hole directly into the bottom, but in case I end up taking this prop apart and want to use the jack-o'-lantern again for a different purpose next year, it won't be damaged. So this one, I can just, pretty much just pull the PVC pipe off, and the glue should come with it. But it's a mixture of regular like white school glue and also hot glue gun, just to give it added security. And I'm going to go ahead and place it. So there is the head, simply just placed into the PVC at the neck. And like I said, it's about 2 inches sticking out. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be closer to the body and just cut off some of the PVC on the bottom of the head. But I think I'm probably going to just cover that up with either the creepy cloth. I'm not sure yet, but I kind of like the fact that his neck is a little longer. Now from the bottom of the PVC to the top of the head, he stands about 6.5 feet tall, which I think is a pretty good height for him. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the arms. And again, this decorative piece, it's just connected, like these wires are tight, have it kind of tied it together. So all I have to do is just take off the 3 or so wires and then just pry this apart. There was actually a second one there. I could have just bought both and not have to deal with this and just stick them in there as is. But hey, I saved a little, a couple dollars, so Let me go ahead and take these off, and then we'll put them into the. As you see there, I have one of the arms in, and it's a pretty long piece to put in there. It's actually put all the way in to the middle, and I thought about cutting it off, but I actually liked how massive it's kind of like its arm length is on either side. So I'm going to leave it as is, and I'll show you what I did to insert it into the PVC. Just an additional note, this stuff is like super messy. When I pulled it apart, pieces started flying everywhere on the ground, but it's going to go outside anyway. I don't know who would want to have this in their house as decoration, but anyway. What I did was I just duct tape the end for two reasons. One, so it kind of stays together and pieces don't start falling out, and also so it's kind of easier to put into the PVC, kind of like threading a needle. So I don't have to worry about any pieces not fitting in. So let me just show you if I could do this one-handedly. I probably will not be able to, but you could see exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to go directly into PVC, and then once I do that, I'm going to secure it even more on both sides with more duct tape. Now, although it was not necessary, I don't think, I went ahead and I just secured it with more duct tape on either side. They're fitting in there pretty snugly, so I don't think it was necessary, but just for a little added security. So there he is so far. And next we're going to go ahead and secure the bottom to have more of like a defined V-shaped body for him. And then we'll put on the creepy cloth. Alright, so there it is, you guys. The creepy cloth has been placed over the body. I had to switch walls to make more room for him. He's outstretched all the way over to my kitchen knives over there. So there it is, the body with the creepy cloth. To cover up the neck, I simply just kind of glued the creepy cloth up to the bottom of the head. I'll probably add some more. I might even get a whole other sheet of the creepy cloth itself and maybe put it around the shoulders and neck area. And so now the next thing I want to do is put on the straw hat. So I don't know, you guys, I kind of liked it better without the hat. I had spent so much time looking for a hat specifically for a prop like this, and now I think I like it better without. I don't know, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you like it better with or without the hat. Maybe a different hat, or just no hat at all. But I think for display time I might do it without. I just have duct tape up there. It's not permanently glued or anything. So the next thing I want to do is not permanently affix it to it, but I'm just going to put the little wooden stake that I was talking about. That's going to effectively hide the PVC at the bottom, and so we can take a look at what that looks like. Alright, you guys, so this is generally the area that I plan on having the Pumpkin Scarecrow set up, so I just thought I'd bring him outside in his elements here. And as you can see, I ended up going without the hat for now. But again, let me know in the comments your opinion. And as you can see, I put, just temporarily, I put the wooden stake down there. I'll show you, I'm basically hiding the PVC to give it more of a staked appearance. And then I'll probably screw it in for display time. But there it is, you guys. The Evil Pumpkin Scarecrow. And yeah, just a few things that I had lying around the house, a couple of very cheap purchases, and I'm pretty happy with the turnout. Like I said, he's about 6.5 feet tall, and he's probably about 7 feet wide, which is kind of interesting. So some improvements. I'm probably going to get some more creepy cloth to put around the body to cover up the plastic a little bit more. I mean, at night it's not going to make much of a difference, but still, I like to do that. It'll be a cheap improvement. But there he is. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep it creepy.